Beginning with the center though, I've talked about him before, and one option I like and a very realistic option for them would be Nick Claxton in my opinion. If we're talking about a guy that's actually available, is attainable for their team through a trade, and would then be a good fit for their team, I really do like Nick Claxton. Number one, is a good rim protector and a good defender, is a former top 10 defensive player of the year finalist, is a good rim protector, switchable defender, offensively is a good lob threat, good pick and roll partner, and then most importantly, is a young player that would fit their timeline, only 25 years old, and then is under contract relatively long term too. Which, although some people have a slight problem with, does happen to be making $25 million next season, which really isn't that bad in my opinion, especially if he could get back to what he once was and the defensive player that he was, and I think he probably could with their team. But it actually goes down year by year, from $27.5 million last season, down to $25.3 next season, then to only $23.1 in 2026-27, and then finally only $20.9 million in 2027-28. And at that point, I'm not sure many realize, but that's only about 11% of the projected salary cap. So no, not a bad contract in my opinion, especially with him only being 28 at that time and likely in the prime of his NBA career. But then for what it would take to get him, could be a combination of guys like Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent, then either throw in Dalton Connect and probably not have to trade their first round draft pick, or throw in a guy like Shake Milton, who would have to be rerouted to a third team, as he did come from the Brooklyn Nets earlier in December, and cannot be retraded back to them for a full 1 year time frame, which would be in December. But regardless, I would like this trade and probably would make this trade. A combination of Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, 2 expiring contracts and albeit solid role players for Nick Claxton, then either Dalton Connect or their 2031 first round draft pick, either top 3 or top 5 protected, I would look to make that trade. Again, we'll give them a solid rim protector, a great lob threat, a good pick and roll partner for Luka Doncic, and simply something they did not have during the postseason. I think he would be a great fit for their team and, even more importantly, a great fit for JJ Redick and his preferred style of play. A big that can not only protect the rim and catch lobs to them, but with their switchable, interchangeable defense, can actually move around and not be fully dependent on drop coverage. Claxton is mobile and pretty laterally quick for a big, so he can fit their defensive scheme, whether it be switching, drop coverage, or really anything else. Claxton can fill that kind of defensive role, and I think he would be a great fit for their team with Luka Doncic, with JJ Redick, and their long-term future.